Hey yo, hope all is well. Today's engine removal day, and I've enlisted my bud Lewis to help out. I'm not really mechanically savvy, so he's the real MVP of today. A good thing about this car when I bought it is that most of the exterior was not really attached, so the first step for us was just to remove the hood. After that, we got started in the engine bay. There's a lot of stuff to do, but I'll save you some time watching us unbolt and disconnect everything that's attached to the engine. The only real step you need from here is to unplug and disconnect everything. Also, don't forget to drain the fluids before starting. It's an unpleasant surprise if it is a surprise. Under the car, we cut where the exhaust manifold meets the downpipe, remove the drive shaft and unplug the speedo cable and transmission wiring. We had to loosen the rear sway bar for the drive shaft to slide out, but on your car your mileage may vary. Pro tip, use a light when you're under the car. Even if you think you don't need it, just bring it along. It doesn't add any cost, it isn't a consumable, and it doesn't take time. Once that was all done, we secured the engine for removal. And because I'm working in a one-car garage, we have to move the engine hoist actually into place by pulling the car out and pushing the car back in. At this point, I realized that the Kijiji engine hoist I bought doesn't really reach the engine. The previous owner modified motorbikes, so I guess he didn't need the extra leverage and actually welded it in a bunch of places, so it doesn't reach where I need it to reach.
1 hour later.
Over here, we're both trying to figure out what next to do. Do we go on Kijiji to rent an engine hoist, or is there any other way to get an engine out?
2 hours later.
It dawned on us. Instead of pulling both the engine and transmission out at once, we thought, why not separate the engine and transmission? It'll be lighter and possibly easier to get out with the modified engine stand. After a lot of finagling, jacking, prying, and hoisting, we realized that it was still stuck to the transmission. So, what do? Well, we gotta fully separate the engine from the transmission, move the car a bit, and try again. Attempt number 3 and success. So long, L-Series motor. I hope you'll find a great, beautiful 240Z shell where you can be turboed and have the most fun in. If you couldn't see before, here's the jankiest engine hoist setup. Breaker bars are not included, but it is certified by Lewis. I gotta shout out this guy once again. Without him I'd have to buy another engine hoist and, do this on another day. Check out some sweet AE86 pics. He has a great car that's in the process of being rebuilt, I don't know, but check him out. Anyways, by the time we got the engine mounted on the engine stand, it was already dark. The engine has a 280Z block with a 260Z head, and seen here is a 280ZX 5-speed transmission, all for sale. With the sun setting earlier and earlier and the days getting colder, I'm glad the big pieces of work are getting checked off, which leads us to plan what's next. Cracked dash removal for sure, then the questionable wiring. The windshield I want to remove before I crack it, and then we're on to what I think will take the longest time, body prep. Sanding, welding, preparing everything so that there's no rust on the car and we have a good canvas to work on. That's a wrap for this vid. Thanks for watching. Bug me on Instagram if you want, and subscribe if you want to follow along. Stay safe out there. Cheers.